While planning my child's first birthday, my husband's family took over everything from the theme to the guest list. When I protested, his aunt sneered, "You're just the mother. Sit down." Instead, I did something they never expected. The day of the party, they showed up and found out they'd been completely shut out. I should have known. I really should have known. From the second I married into my husband's family, it was clear they operated like a pack, loud, opinionated, and always in each other's business. At first, I thought it was just them being close-knit. I figured once I had our son, things would settle down. That I'd finally be respected as a wife, as a mother. That didn't happen. My son, Ethan, was turning 1, and I wanted to throw a simple birthday party. Just family and close friends, a little cake smash moment, a few cute decorations, and call it a day. Nothing extravagant. Nothing over the top. Then my husband's family got involved. It started with a phone call from my mother-in-law. Her voice was overly cheerful, which immediately put me on edge. "We've been talking, and we think a Mickey Mouse theme would be adorable for Ethan's party." I frowned. "Oh, actually, I was thinking of a woodland theme. You know, foxes, little trees, Mickey is classic. You don't want to do something weird." Weird? I had spent weeks carefully picking out decorations, looking at cute little cake designs. And now, she was calling to tell me it was wrong? I tried to stand my ground. "I already started ordering stuff." "Oh, don't worry about that. We already bought everything. Banners, plates, even a big backdrop. We've got it all covered." Just like that, it wasn't my party anymore. Then came the food. I had planned something simple. Some finger foods, little fruit skewers, tiny sandwiches. Easy for the kids, easy for the adults. But his aunts had other plans. "We'll handle the catering," one of them announced at dinner. "We already put down a deposit." I blinked. "What?" "I wasn't even told about this." She waved a hand. "It's easier this way. Trust me, you wouldn't have known where to start." Then, the guest list. I had barely started sending invites when my husband's cousin texted me. "Hey, just an FYI, I invited some people to Ethan's party. Hope that's okay." I opened the message thread. She had invited 80 people. 80 people. Half of them I didn't even know. Some were distant relatives, old family friends, even a few of my husband's childhood neighbors. People who hadn't seen Ethan a single time since he was born. I immediately called her. "You can't just invite people to my son's birthday without asking me first." She giggled. "Oh, don't be dramatic. It's just family. I don't even know half these people." "Well, they know Ethan. And they'd love to see him. It's his first birthday. It should be big." I hung up without responding. My hands were shaking. Every single decision had been taken from me. The theme, the food, the guests. Everything. It all came to a head at a family dinner the next week. I had been quiet. My husband, sensing the storm brewing inside me, had squeezed my knee under the table a couple of times, like he was warning me not to explode. Then his Aunt Lisa, the self-appointed leader of every single family event, smirked at me across the table. "You're awfully quiet." I forced a polite smile. "Just thinking." She took a sip of her wine and shrugged. "You don't need to think too hard, sweetheart. We've got everything covered." "Sweetheart." I swallowed hard. "I just feel like maybe my opinion should matter. You know, since I'm his mother." She rolled her eyes. "Oh, don't be like that. You're just the mother. Sit down and let us handle it." Just the mother. My vision went white hot. I glanced at my husband, waiting for him to say something, anything. He just looked at his plate. Something inside me snapped. That night, I lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying that sentence over and over. "You're just the mother." They had planned everything without me, ignored every suggestion I had, walked all over me like I was some incubator and not a real person. And the worst part? They were expecting me to smile and thank them for it. No. They wanted control? They could have it. I quietly pulled out my phone and started making changes. First, I canceled the venue reservation. It had been booked under my name. Next, I called the caterer. I told them politely that the event was no longer happening. Then, I picked a new date and location for my party. A place where only the people I actually wanted there would be invited. And for the final touch? I said nothing. I let them keep planning. Let them send out their invites. Let them think everything was going exactly how they wanted. I just waited. That morning, I woke up with a sense of calm I hadn't felt in weeks. I checked my phone. Group chat messages were rolling in. "Excited for today. Can't wait to see baby Ethan. Everything looks amazing." They had no idea. I smiled. Then, I got my son dressed, packed up his things, and left for his real party. And as for my husband's family? Well, they were in for a surprise. By noon, the group chat was buzzing. "We're setting up now. It looks amazing. Lisa says everything is perfect. Where are you? Hope you're on your way. I ignored my phone and focused on Ethan, who was happily babbling in his stroller, completely unaware that he had two birthday parties that day, one real, one about to turn into a total disaster. Meanwhile, my husband was pacing. He had been suspiciously quiet all morning, and now he was chewing his lip like he was about to say something. Are we really doing this? He asked finally. I looked at him. Doing what? You know, just leaving them there. I took a slow breath. Did they care about what I wanted? Did they ask me before taking over? He sighed. No, but then they'll be fine. They planned this without me, so they can enjoy it without me. He groaned and ran a hand through his hair. They're gonna lose it. Oh, I know. I grabbed my keys and walked out the door. We had a party to get to. I imagine the first hour went fine. They must have arrived, chattering, laughing, completely unaware that the guest of honor wasn't coming. They probably set up the decorations with smiles on their faces, gushing over how perfect everything looked. The food must have been laid out, the music playing, the guests arriving one by one. Then, they must have started looking at the clock. Because at some point, someone realized I wasn't there. Ethan wasn't there. The birthday boy was missing from his own birthday party. I got the first call at 1:15 p.m. Mother-in-law. Decline. Then another. Aunt Lisa. Decline. Then my husband's cousin. Then another aunt. Then a random number, probably some distant relative wondering why they were at a kid's birthday with no kid. I ignored them all. I could picture it in my head, Lisa standing there, furious, trying to smile while whisper yelling, where the hell is Asachi? Mother-in-law panicking, maybe she's running late? Maybe something happened? Then someone, probably the cousin, checking the group chat, scrolling up, seeing the last time I responded. Realizing I hadn't said a single word all morning. Then, the moment it truly hit them. The horror. The dawning realization. They had planned a party for themselves. Not for Ethan. Not for me. Just for them. And now, it was blowing up in their faces. By 2 p.m., my husband's phone was vibrating nonstop. He had been silent the whole car ride, but now he looked physically sick. He kept glancing at me, gripping his phone like it was burning him. Finally, he let out a sharp breath. I have to answer. I shrugged. Go ahead. He hesitated, then answered on speaker. The second he picked up, his mother's voice shrieked through the car. Where are you? I flinched. He winced. Ethan, in the back, just giggled at the sudden loud noise. We're at Ethan's birthday party, he said cautiously. Dead silence. Then what? Where? The party is here. He cleared his throat. No, the party is where Ethan's actual family and friends are. More silence. Then a new voice. Aunt Lisa. You better tell me you're joking. I smiled. Oh, I bet she was livid. My husband just rubbed his temples. Mom, Lisa, we're not coming. We had our own party. We had it yesterday. It was like the phone caught fire. They went off. His mom was crying, wailing about how we embarrassed them, how people were leaving, how they had spent so much money. Aunt Lisa was furious. How dare you do this to family? Who does something this cruel? You ruined everything. Do you know how stupid we look right now? And finally, the best part. Lisa's voice dropped to a low, dangerous growl. This is unforgivable. I couldn't help myself. I leaned in and finally spoke. Oh, Lisa, you should sit down and let me handle it. Complete. Utter. Silence. Then the call cut off. I burst out laughing. My husband? He just stared at me, eyes wide, mouth slightly open, like he couldn't believe what just happened. Then, he slowly shook his head and muttered, We're so screwed. I just smiled. Because I wasn't done yet. The silence after that phone call was thick. My husband kept staring at me like I had just kicked a hornet's nest with my bare foot. His hands were still gripping the steering wheel, knuckles white, like he was bracing for the next explosion. They're gonna kill us, he finally muttered. I glanced in the rearview mirror at Ethan, happily chewing on his little toy, completely oblivious to the family war I had just started. No, I said calmly. They're gonna kill you. I'm just the mother, remember. I imagined it unfolding in real time. The guests, most of them distant relatives, old family friends, people who hadn't seen Ethan since the hospital. Now sitting awkwardly, whispering, checking their phones, glancing toward the entrance. Waiting, expecting someone to show up with the birthday boy. And slowly realizing no one was coming. Someone must have asked, what's going on? Lisa, already seething, probably tried to save face. Oh, they're just running late. You know how new parents are. But then, the whispers started. Didn't the mom say something about a party yesterday? I thought I saw pictures on Facebook this morning. Wait, are we at the wrong party? And then, finally, someone, maybe one of the nosier aunts, checked my social media. Saw the photos. Ethan. The cake. The decorations. The real party. That's when shit hit the fan. Because suddenly, it wasn't just us who had embarrassed them. It was them who had made fools of themselves in front of 80 guests. I hadn't checked my phone for a while, but the notifications were piling up. The group chat, once filled with cheerful messages like, "Can't wait for today," had turned into a full-blown war zone. Mill, where are you? Aunt Lisa, answer the damn phone. Mill, how could you do this? Mill, everyone is here waiting. Cousin, WTF is going on? Distant aunt, I just saw pics of yesterday's party. Did you guys already have it? Some random old uncle left the group chat. I snorted. Oh, it was falling apart. Then a new message popped up. From Lisa. And this one made my blood go cold. Aunt Lisa, well, since you've made your choice, I guess we'll just take the gifts home with us. I blinked. The gifts? I turned to my husband. Lisa just said they're taking Ethan's presents. His eyes widened. What? I reread the message, making sure I hadn't imagined it. They weren't even trying to be subtle. They were pissed. And now? Now they were getting petty. A second later, ML, we'll just donate them to the church. Since you clearly don't want to be part of the family anymore. Oh! Oh, hell no. I clenched my teeth and finally called Lisa myself. She picked up instantly. Well, she said, voice dripping with fake sweetness. Look who finally decided to. You're not taking my son's presents. A pause. Then, she laughed. Oh, honey. I think you misunderstood. These gifts were from our guests. If Ethan couldn't even bother to show up, why should he get them? I was shaking with rage. You planned a party without me. You invited strangers. You took over everything. And now, because I didn't roll over and let you control it, you're what? Punishing my 1-year-old? Lisa's voice sharpened. This isn't about punishment. This is about family. You had a party without us. That was your choice. We're making ours. I took a slow breath. You're not keeping those gifts. Oh! And what exactly are you going to do about it? I hung up. My husband was looking at me with a mix of panic and awe. What are you gonna do? I grabbed my keys. We're going to that hall. Right now. His eyes widened. You're serious? Lisa wants a fight? I grabbed Ethan's diaper bag, slung it over my shoulder. She's about to get one. When we pulled into the parking lot, the place looked half abandoned. A few cars were still there, but most guests had already left. We walked inside. The decorations were still up, the Mickey Mouse backdrop standing awkwardly behind an untouched cake. And at the center of the room, Lisa and my mother-in-law, standing next to a table full of gifts. Like dragons guarding a pile of gold. Lisa crossed her arms. Well, look who finally showed up. I ignored her and walked straight to the table. I'm taking my son's gifts. Lisa stepped in front of me. No, you lost that right when you decided to humiliate this family. I felt my husband tense beside me, but I was beyond caring. I turned to my ML. Are you seriously okay with this? She hesitated. But then Lisa scoffed. She agrees with me. We all do. You made your choice, now we're making ours. These gifts? Consider them a donation. I clenched my fists. And that's when I spotted something. An envelope. Sitting on top of the pile. I grabbed it before Lisa could stop me and ripped it open. A check. A $500 check from my husband's grandmother. Made out to me. I held it up. So you're keeping this too? Lisa's face turned red. Because now? Now she had a problem. She couldn't exactly steal money that wasn't even hers. And that's when I realized I had leverage. I slowly tucked the check into my pocket and looked at them both. Here's what's going to happen. Lisa's jaw clenched. Oh, do tell. I smiled. Because now? Now the real game was starting. The moment stretched, heavy with undeniable tension. Lisa was standing in front of the table like a guard dog, her arms crossed, her lips pressed so tightly together they had turned white. My mother-in-law was watching, her face a mess of hesitation and guilt. And my husband? He was standing slightly behind me, his whole body rigid, as if he was bracing for an explosion. I held up the check. Lisa's eyes narrowed. Give that back. I slid it into my pocket. This is for Ethan. From his great-grandmother. You want to take that too? Lisa's jaw clenched. I could see the struggle in her eyes. She wanted to double down. She wanted to keep control. But now? Now, she had a problem. Taking gifts was one thing. Stealing money that wasn't hers? That was a different game. I glanced at the pile of presents. Everything here was meant for Ethan. You're not keeping them. Lisa laughed, a short, bitter sound. Oh, please. You seriously think you deserve them after what you did? I tilted my head. What exactly did I do, Lisa? Did I take over someone else's event? Did I hijack someone else's child's birthday? Did I send out invitations behind their back? Lisa's nostrils flared. You humiliated this family. I took a step closer. No, Lisa. You humiliated yourselves. Silence. My mother-in-law let out a sharp breath. She's right. Lisa whipped around. Excuse me? My ML looked exhausted. She's right, she repeated, voice quieter now. We didn't listen to her. We didn't respect her. We thought we could just take over. And now look at us. Lisa looked genuinely stunned. Are you serious? She spat. After everything? You're taking her side. ML didn't look at her. She just sighed and rubbed her forehead. This was supposed to be about Ethan. Lisa's mouth twisted. No, this was supposed to be about family. And she clearly doesn't want to be part of it. That's when my husband finally snapped. Lisa, stop. The room went dead silent. Lisa turned toward him, eyes blazing. Oh, now you have something to say? His fists clenched. Yeah, I do. I let this go too far. I should have stood up for my wife sooner. And honestly, he let out a harsh laugh. I'm embarrassed. Not by her. By you. Lisa's face turned bright red. Oh, give me a break. No, he snapped. I let you all treat her like she was just some side character in her own child's life. I let you steamroll her, control her, make decisions without her. And I hated it. His voice cracked a little. You made my wife feel like she didn't matter. Like she wasn't even a real part of this family. And when she finally stood up for herself, you tried to punish her. You tried to punish our son. Lisa's mouth opened. Then closed. Then opened again. I know. He exhaled sharply. You don't get to talk right now. For the first time, Lisa looked shaken. My mother-in-law was staring at the floor. And me? I finally let out a breath I didn't realize I had been holding. I stepped past Lisa, grabbed the first stack of gifts, and started walking out. Lisa just stood there. Frozen. She was losing. And she knew it. I reached the door when she finally hissed, fine. Take them. But don't expect us to be there for you after this. I turned around. And I smiled. Oh, Lisa. I wasn't expecting you to be there in the first place. Her face twisted. And I walked out. The next few weeks were radio silence. No calls. No texts. Nothing. Then, slowly, messages started trickling in. Some aunts reached out. Soft apologies. My mother-in-law called. A real apology. Lisa? Lisa stayed silent. But honestly, I didn't care. Because for the first time, I felt free. Ethan's birthday had been his. Not a family spectacle. Not a power grab. Just his. And I had made sure of that. Because I wasn't just the mother. I was his mother. And no one was ever going to forget it again.